As the decentralization or the working from home environment increases and continues to grow, the potential for the loss of expensive organizational assets and exposure of organizational data increases. An estimate of 60% of organizations today use disparate systems that are outdated, inaccurate, incomplete, with 30% of these organizations using spreadsheets or not choosing to manage their assets at all. Leaving organizations in the dark in the sense of visibility into the asset registers and the risks that come with that. A report was published by the Fumon Institute, which was sponsored by Intel, called the $1 Million Laptop Loss Problem. It was a benchmark report that looked at 300 organizations, and the outcome was, on average, a loss of 260 laptops per organization. Now, if you take that in context of our current working environment and the same premise, you would imagine those results would be far worse. Take into consideration the replacement of lost assets, the loss in production and productivity, and most importantly, the idea of data breaching. Data breach today, in its context from old, is no longer a brute force attack on a server or a client's or organization's server base or mainframe. Today, people are infiltrating business via skimmed user credentials, having access to an organization's environment via a user's credentials. So today, in the tough economic environment and the constraints we're working under, an organization doesn't want to be in a position where it's now placing unnecessary strain on its financial resources by purely not wanting to have a look at what asset management technology has to offer. So the principles of asset management haven't changed. We as an organization, can we track and trace our assets? Can we report on its usage and its return on investment? And manage custodianship? Okay, these are key fundamentals. And with the developing technology of cloud-based computing, we're doing it faster, we're doing it smarter, and we're doing it more accurate. So inflexible enterprise asset management solutions that have expensive OEM hardware, okay, a centralized asset management approach with restricted and expensive interfaces will not fare well in the next decade. With the development of cloud-based computing and Internet of Things, IoT, you will find this will facilitate the way companies share, manage, and organize data across multiple platforms and multiple systems. A good example of that would be, for example, the eSIM technology, to be used primarily right now in laptops, which provides a real-time location and usage, as well as custodian management on a laptop. So if a situation arises where there is a loss or there is a theft of a laptop, intervention can be almost swift and immediate to minimize any kind of data breach or cost to the organization. When an organization decides to adopt an asset management technology, the first question asked is the scalability. Can the solution be flexible enough to provide support and implement the controls required within the organization to limit the various risks of movement, of tracking, of data breaching?